Hello everybody, Mason here, CNA Games, episode 2 of bulking up our inventory. Let's see the numbers. This is exciting. We were so close today. We were working really hard, trying to get there, but we didn't quite make it, which is fine. It is what it is. We'll get there eventually. Inventory total is 49,264. So right shy of 50,000 in the inventory. That's exciting. That's good numbers. I like it. We making good progress. That means since last week, we added somewhere in the range of 18,000 cards to inventory, just about. That's awesome. That's an incredible pace to be doing and being able to put stuff in the inventory. That's a great number. That is really, really good. Checking out the efficiencies of things that we're doing and kind of just going through things. You see these boxes here and it looks chaotic and it's just not. Again, we have a lot of sorts that we are still trying to work through that are in the backlog. So once we get through that stuff, which is what these guys are, this is all stuff from the Roca that is being processed. We have little sheets that our guys have, and then we put those away. This is in direct order, like TCGPlayer direct order, not direct order. But and then we upload those files. So this is nice because we have this all done, we're good to go, and it's ready. It's just a matter of filing it, uploading it, we're done. Once we get through that backlog, though, it's going to be a little bit harder of a process because that stuff is ready to go. It was through the Roca. It's been through the Roca for a while, weeks now, but we've had a backlog of stuff just because our efficiencies just weren't that great. It takes, again, the most amount of time, the most labor-intensive part of all this is putting stuff into the system and then putting it into these boxes. There's no way to make this any faster than it is. Our guys can only go so fast. They're only human. And the way that the system is, you can only go so fast and put things away so quickly. They're getting better. Every time that they put a sort away, they're doing better. They're finding issues as they're going through it, which is good too, and correcting those issues. So our guys are just getting better and better at this process. It is so important to have skilled people that know how TCGPlayer works. The set order is not as important, but it does help out a lot. And really just people that are passionate about it and have a solid understanding of it. Anybody can do this stuff. It's not hard. You can learn, but having that background knowledge of just a loose idea of how set orders were released and things like that really does help the process and help us and help them be more efficient and faster to do things. So, and every inventory system is going to have little weird issues like these things that are so old that they have mystery boosters. Mystery boosters was a set name up to like a couple months ago, I think a month or two ago, and then all this stuff has been condensed down into the list reprints. So all these sheets on here still have the list, the mystery booster sets in there, but because when we go to upload it, it uses the TCGPlayer number, it talks to the correct, it pulls out the correct card to upload. So it makes it, thank God for that. If it did not, or had a different number, that'd be really difficult, but we've checked it and made sure it's good to go. But little things like that, where sometimes just the back end changes, or the categories that the things are in, or the sets change around and how they categorize things on TCGPlayer side. It can be really jarring if we don't get notified of that. Sometimes, it messes up our entire drawer if they go in and mess around some stuff. Luckily, they're pretty good about saying stuff, and I saw that, and I just remembered right now that was part of the thing recently, so we're able to fix it. And they already knew it. They already knew that it was corrected, and they tried it out, and they were good to go. So, yeah, all this stuff is being funneled, and the workload and the workflow is awesome. Again, being able to put in 18,000 cards is it's good. That's a good number. So let's talk about the 50-cent threshold. Obviously, because of that, we are not selling nearly as many cards, and that's okay. The amount of people that pay 50 cents for a otherwise 15, 20, 25-cent card is pretty good. It's a pretty good amount. And our local players have bought cards, happily bought cards, paid 50 cents a piece, and not said anything about it. I've not heard one single person complain about that, because, hey, I'd rather pay 50 cents for a card and have it right here, right now, than pay 15 cents for it and then maybe I get it in 2 weeks. That's the reality of just buying cards, and especially with staple cards and things that you are cheaper cards that you need them for a deck, you need them for your commander deck, maybe you need one-ofs, and you just buy 20 of 15-cent cards, 20 15-cent cards, and you may get them, you may not. You got to track and make sure people are, that if you buy from multiple people, that you get them all from different people. What we are seeing is a lot more people are buying in big bunches and trying to, I see more sales of like a play set of things, and then like a deck list, basically, because people are putting them into direct, and then somebody that has the most of what they need gets the sale. So that's an awesome little perk, a little benefit, is that we're getting bigger orders of multiple quantity of cards, which is good. Even through direct, that it's a good thing, and we're getting more of that. So that's a good change of that. Our daily sales have gone down quite a bit. I'd say probably 25%. But that 25% of loss of sales is all of the absolute cheapest cards. That, remember, our floor before was 15 cents. So we were only making 8 cents if it sold on direct, or 7 cents, 8 or 7 cents. If I have to pay somebody 7 cents to pull a card, put a card away, it becomes not worth it at that point. Yes, we've lost 25% of our sales, but the 25% of the sales that we lost were absolutely either losing us money, or we're just doing it to fulfill orders and hope that people buy other stuff with it, stuff like that. So the least profitable orders, we just cut those out. And that's something to think about, and something that the takeaway that we're seeing is that you can lose sales. It's not about the amount of sales you do a day, because that just means there's that many more orders that you have to have that many more employees pull and do on a daily basis. Not having to pull all these crazy cheap card orders is saving us time, because my guys can put 18,000 cards in the system. They can focus on that kind of thing and not have to worry about having 50, 60, 70 orders a day that they have to pull by hand before. Whereas now we're down to like, that we pull ourselves, it's in the range of like, I think it's 20, 30. If 30 might even be stretching it, probably not even that much for a day. And again, it's all the stuff that was really, really cheap stuff that was not making money anyways. So some perspective, something to think about if you are in the same boat that we are, and trying to determine if it's worth your time or not. Anecdotal, right? Whatever works for you is what you should do. But that is what we found to work. And again, 50 cents is, I think a little high, but we're gonna see how it goes. We're gonna see how it goes, and then that's gonna really help. Kind of once we get a fleshed out inventory, we're gonna see the sales rate. If these big, like, deck-sized orders of all these play sets of things that we have, if those continue at 50 cents, like that's the dream scenario, is that we are pulling 50-cent cards that are otherwise 50 cents. We're getting 50 cents per card for otherwise 15-cent cards. We're just winning. We're winning multiple times over, especially when they are ordering multiple cards at that 50-cent level. So again, keep that in mind for when you go to price up your inventory and determine at what price point you want to cut off, and play with that number a little bit. Again, 50 cents may be high. We may go to 25 cents. We may go to like 35 cents, somewhere in that range. right now it's arbitrary as far as because we don't need the huge sales necessarily. We actually had a huge buy come in of a lot of good playable secret lair stuff like that's really, really good. And our cases are looking absolutely stacked right now. I can actually show you guys just for a little. This is the 10-minute mark. Nobody's watching anyway, so just we're looking pretty fat in our cases right now. So that's always good to see when we have nice full cases of all the different colors for Magic. That is also a positive thing, that you have the good stuff that sticks around a little longer. And then, you have the playable stuff for people that come in to buy that stuff. You have the cheaper stuff that they want as well, and they're paying 50 cents a piece for them. It's not a bad gig, or not a bad setup. So, again, anecdotal, what we're seeing, we're playing it by ear, we're seeing how we go. That is week 2 of bulking up the inventory. Thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate you guys staying with me. Hopefully this is interesting to you. Hopefully, if you have any questions, let me know down below. Or maybe you've or do direct or sell on TCGPlayer too. Tell me what you got. Tell me what works best for you. I'd love to know what you guys are doing. But appreciate you guys watching. It's really fun to make videos and just walk around and just like see and record this process because I think it's interesting. So hopefully you think it's interesting too. But I'll see you guys in the next one. Okay, bye.